And you know what? I've had a great past, but anything. But the other thing is, and the main reason, and I don't even mind that. In fact, I like talking about it.
More on that incomprehensible word salad after this. Welcome to Permanent Majority, and make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button before you finish watching this video, and then ringling that dingling bell so you get notifications on all our latest information. Today we're going to be talking about an interview, a softball interview that Trump had recently on the Katz and Cosby radio show on WABC radio. Very softball, and yet he seemed unable to answer even the most basic questions. Here he is discussing mental institutions.
And now if you look, and I say it all the time, they're coming in from prisons and jails. They're coming in from mental institutions and insane asylums, which is a step above.
Yeah, you know how that works. Mental institutions, step above that is insane asylums. So how does that work? Insane asylums, mental institutions, booby hatches, loony bins, and then Mar-a-Lago? Yeah, clueless. Here he is, equally clueless on the languages we speak on planet Earth.
They speak languages we don't even know about. We have people with languages that we know nothing about. I mean, it's crazy.
Languages we know nothing about. They may be languages Donald Trump knows nothing about. I'm sure there is no language on planet Earth that we know nothing about, especially not from people coming in to this country. And here, speaking of people coming into this country, here he is struggling to describe what we call people who come from different countries.
And they're not just coming from South America. They're coming from Africa. The Congo is sending a lot of people. The Congo sending a lot of people, but they're coming in from Africa. They're coming in from Asia. They're coming in from all over. They're coming in from the Middle East, Yemen, a lot of Yemen.
Yeah, that's the plural of people who come in from Yemen. They're called Yemen. Lots of Yemen. Jesus. He is utterly and completely clueless. And here is the complete segment, which we pulled an excerpt of for the intro. It's even more of an incomprehensible word salad when you listen to it in context.
You know, you said you would absolutely testify. Why did you decide ultimately not to take the stand? Was that a hard decision for you?
Yeah, because he made rulings that makes it very difficult to testify. Anything I did in the past, they can bring everything up. And you know what? I've had a great past, but anything. But the other thing is, and the main reason, and I don't even mind that. In fact, I like talking about it because we had rigged cases. New York is out of control, and they can solve it with a good appellate. You know, we won in the Engoron case. He doesn't know anything about what he's doing, and he's totally corrupt. That's a different case. We had that overturned. We had decisions overturned 5 times. I think it's a record. He's the most overturned. Engoron is the most overturned judge in New York. I'm not getting a fair shake legally. That I can tell you.
Yeah. I don't know if you understood any of that or how that was responsive to the question. But before we move on from that, let's look at that answer and read it back. Look at that on screen. Let's bring it up. Here it is. Yeah, because he made rulings that make it very difficult to testify. Anything I did in the past, they can bring everything up. And you know what? I've had a great past, but anything. But the other thing is, and the main reason, and I don't even mind that, in fact, I like talking about it because we had rigged cases. New York is out of control, and they can solve it all with a good appellate. You know, we won the Engoron case. He doesn't know anything about what he's doing, and he's totally corrupt. That's a different case. Indeed, that's a different case. Now let's go back to what the question actually was.
You know, you said you would absolutely testify. Why did you decide ultimately not to take the stand? Was that a hard decision for you?
Yeah.
Was it a hard decision not to take the stand? Again, let's go back to that word salad answer. Yes, because he made rulings that it makes very difficult to testify. So that isn't even responsive to the question. And then he goes on and he talks about Engoron, which is not the same case. a clueless man. And this is an important issue as we talk about this election, because here's a man who can't answer basic questions, who won't answer basic questions, even when confronted with one of the most softball interviews you'll find. These guys were so sycophantic. I can't even play some of what they said, because the amount of sugar in there would trigger diabetics in the audience. But that's something to keep in mind as we move forward, to watch how he is unable to answer the most basic questions. And while you're thinking about that, why not click on that video in the lower left-hand corner? Click on it. It's a really good one. I know you haven't seen it, and I know you'll like it. So click on that one right now. There you go. Just roll over and click on it.